take time to really enjoy experiences and don't be so focused on getting there, wherever there might be for you. Just try, even if it's once a week, you can try to just sit back and enjoy where you are at that point.
Welcome to the 3 Women On podcast, your go-to for real talk on women's health, careers, family, and everything in between. Hey, so another week is gone. It's another episode of 3 Women On. Yeah. And this is kind of a fun topic. We are talking about things we wish we knew in our 20s. Real quick, would you go back to your 20s if you had an opportunity to?
Oh, I would not. How about you?
That was very okay. Like, okay.
If I knew then what I knew now, maybe I'd rewind.
A do-over?
A do-over, but I'm still 24, so I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wish I would have known some of the life lessons that I know now back then. Definitely.
Okay, so like what?
Okay. I think my first one I would say is stuff is not as important as you think it is. And I mean, don't invest in stuff. Invest in your health, in your family's health, in experiences. Stuff is just stuff.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I think, and I almost think it's any age, but probably more so in your 20s, is you actually think people are thinking about you and like, oh my gosh, if I do this, what will people think? Or if I fail, what will people think? Or people really aren't thinking about you.
They're not.
They're not.
They're thinking about themselves.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care what's happening at your, I mean,
Yes.
I do, like, I care about what's happening at your houses,
Right.
but like, I don't know and I don't think about it every day.
Right.
That is such a great point.
Yes.
Because I didn't grow up with social media or even computers or anything. But that's huge. I would think in today's 20-year-old world is you think people care what you put on Facebook or social media or whatever. Yep. And in the end, it's just stuff because they don't really.
They don't.
No, they care about themselves.
Yep.
What's happening in their lives. That's what makes...
Huge point.
That's a huge one.
Huge one.
Yep.
Yeah. So don't sweat the small stuff. It sounds so simple, but it really is out there, folks. If you're in your 20s, like less is more.
Yep.
It's okay to get a B or a C in a class.
Yep.
That was one of my hangups.
Really?
Yes. It's so stupid. Now when I look back,
Right.
it's like, are you kidding me?
So much stress and mental energy worrying about a B. Yeah.
When you clog yourself with all that mental energy, what do people think of me? What is my grade? What think that it totally just it jams. It's all these boxes inside your house that are built up with stuff.
Yep.
And
That is true because nobody ever asked what was your GPA in college.
I've never been asked.
No.
Nope.
So going back, what things do you wish you knew in your 20s that you know now?
I wouldn't have been so hard on myself over silly stuff. Really. Like I remember leaving the parking lot in my undergrad years because I thought I got a B in a class in microbiology. It was a hard class, but it's just silly. It's absolutely silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I be the nerdy CPA for a minute?
Are you going to be the awkward accountant?
The awkward accountant. Classic Janae. I wish that I would have been more financially responsible in my 20s. And it kind of goes along with don't worry about stuff. I mean, invest in the important things. Be more financially responsible. I spent a lot of stuff on frivolousness. It's bad. So I would be more financially responsible from the get-go, from high school, or sooner. So that's
along the same lines, and I'm connected on social media with my children. I have 3 sons, and I find myself sending them memes or reels from financial folks that are talking about compound interest.
Yeah.
And going back to that, when you're younger and in your 20s, if your company has a 401k, invest in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you have the ability to I mean, I don't even care if it's $20. Like,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to miss it.
Absolutely.
And so if you can take it off the top and like just squirrel a little bit of away,
Yep.
and that doesn't make a huge impact, like you look at, I mean, seriously, like go, if you're on an Instagram, go check out like compound interest, go check that hashtag out. You would be so surprised if you started saving X amount by the, time you're 25 or 23 or 26, what it equates to when you're 65.
And that's the critical point with compound interest is time. You need the time to have it keep compounding, and getting larger and larger. So the more time you have with that scenario, the better off you'll be.
Okay, what else?
Take time to really enjoy experiences.
Yeah.
And don't be so focused on getting there, wherever there might be for you. Just try, even if it's once a week, you can try to just sit back and enjoy where you are at that point. And I say be the pace car, not the race car. Don't be in such a hurry to get there that you burn out, you compromise your health. And I did.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we all probably had times when we did.
Mm-hmm. Well, and going back to the experiences, we lost my father-in-law a handful of years ago. And this is when I really, it's something that still sticks out in my mind. It was weeks before my 40th birthday. And we were cleaning out his house, and I was there with my husband and his brothers. Not once did they talk about, hey, you remember when Dad bought this and gave this to us? Wow. It was all about things they did. Hey, you remember when Dad did this? And I remember watching my husband and his brothers and this connection. And everything they were talking about were experiences and things they did together, either with their dad or as a family. And it stuck out to me. And to me, it was just like, oh, it is really about the memories you are making. Mm-hmm. And the 20s is a great time to be making memories. Absolutely. Do things differently. You might not be super cool. Like you might people might be like, what do you do? But it's all about the experiences.
Oh, that's a very profound experience.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. And if you start saving, like when I graduated, I was in my late 20s, didn't have a pot to piss in, but I made it a priority to put as much as I could away, starting back then. And now I'm at a point where I tell my niece, I joke with her that I'm going to spend her inheritance, but doing experiences rather than buying stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, last ones. What do you think? Anything that we've missed? What else do we wish we knew in our 20s?
I think maybe the last thing I would say is I wish I would have been more bold. I would have taken more risks because it doesn't matter what people think of you. I think I would have been more bold, taken more risks.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
And you know what? Stuff is going to happen, and life is like that. Life is a series of losses and gains and so forth, but you will overcome it. Yep. Sometimes you don't think you will, but you will.
That's true. And so it seems like it's don't sweat the small stuff, because it seems like it's all
small stuff.
Yep.
Be bold.
And be bold. And save a little bit for that rainy day. I'm hearing that a lot.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love it. So if you're in your 20s, you can do this. We did it.
Yeah, we did.
Well, we did and we didn't, but
we wish we did. We wish we did.
And that's the thing about life. You get these experiences and you learn from them and you grow from them and you become a better person. So, I mean, I'm very grateful for what, the experiences I had to get me where I am today. But if we can make someone's life a little bit easier with some of these tips, that would be great.
And if this resonated with you, or maybe you have someone that you think this would resonate with, a good friend in their 20s, maybe one of your kids, share this episode with them. See what they think. And this is 3 Women On, and we'll see you next week.